Okay, so now let's start by creating a new document on Photoshop. So File, New. And now let's change the size, the width. I'm going with 2000s and the height 2500. The resolution 72 because this will be only for web, not for print. Color mode RGB, and now click Create. Okay, so the first thing that we need to do is to create those stripes like this one. So to do that, we are going to need to create a kind of a pattern. So click here to create a new layer, and now go to rectangular marquee tool and create a rectangular with the half of the shape of our document somewhere here. Go to paint bucket tool and apply a black color. Now let's deselect, and let's copy this layer by holding Alt key and dragging up. Command Control T to resize this, and we are going to place that right here. And we need to invert the color, so image adjustment, invert, or Command Control Y. Now let's select them both by holding Shift. So click on the above layer, hold Shift, click on the below layer, Command Control T. And let's reposition them so they are half of the artboard, and click Enter. Now we need to create the pattern. So to do that, go to Edit and click Define Pattern. Now click OK. And to create the pattern, you just need to go to Layer, New Fill Layer, and go to Pattern. Click OK, and now we just need to change the scale. Like 50% would give this pattern. I think we need to go with like 2%. So click OK, and now let's copy this pattern. So go to Edit, Copy Merged, and paste this. Okay, let's deselect the below layers. Let's make a copy of this just in case we need it by holding Alt key and dragging up. And now we need to reposition this, so Command Control T, and let's scale this. Or maybe we can just cut it because the lines get really thinner when we do that. So somewhere here, I think. Yeah, just select it and click Delete. Now let's deselect, and now we are going to create this kind of triangle shapes, and then apply that gradient, and also apply posterize effect to create those kind of lines. So let's create a new layer and place it below the stripes. Maybe we can rename this stripes. And to create those triangles, I use pen tool. So just create a triangle shape and make selection. So right click, make selection, click OK. And we just need to apply a gradient. Gradient, go on paint bucket tool, right click and go on gradient tool. Let's choose another gradient. So to create a gradient, I will show you how to do that. You can go to this default gradient right here. Click on this part right here, and you will get this gradient editor. And to change the gradient, you just need to go step by step to these colors, like on red color, click on color red right here, and just change it. Or if you have a photo reference, you can just pick a color from the picture like this. So I have only black, so it selects black. And then click OK. Then you go to all the other colors, and to save it, you just click New. This way I've saved all these gradients that I use on my artworks. So I'm using this one. Maybe you can screenshot this and get the colors from here as a photo reference. Okay, now click OK, and just apply a gradient. Now let's deselect by going here, right click, deselect. And now we are on the same layer. Again, we will do a triangle shape. So this is the process of it. We are going to create some triangles on this part right here. Then we are going to make copies of it so we can fill the whole background. So I'm speeding this up because I'm just repeating shapes. Okay, so after I created these kind of shapes, I can group them so I can fill this other space. So click on the above layer and click on the below layer of the layers where you have created the triangle shapes by holding shift, and click on this icon right here on this group. Now let's make a copy of this group, so hold Alt key and drag it up. Now let's uncheck the below layer and we can merge this layer, so merge group. So right click and click on merge group so we can have it as one layer. And now we can make copies of this by holding Alt key and dragging down. So now click Command Control T and let's reposition this. So we just need to fill these other spaces so we can make other copies. Command Control T, maybe we can reposition this so it looks more random. Okay, so after we fill the whole background, we can merge again these layers. So merge layers, and let's call these triangles. Now we can make the stripes darker, so go to Image, Adjustments, and use Saturation, or you can click Command Control U as a shortcut and just decrease the lightness. Yeah, like that. Click OK, and the next step that we are going to do is to add some kind of stripes to these gradients, like we did on this one, and that then we are going to work with other details. So see you on the next video.